who've been touched by this tragedy. We thank them for their service. We stand with the families of those who've been harmed. They're going to need our love and support. And as we learn more about the courageous Americans who died today, their lives, their families, their patriotism, we will honor their service to the nation. They helped to make great. And obviously we're going to be investigating thoroughly what happened, as we do so many of these shootings, sadly, that have happened, and do everything that we can to try to prevent them.
Well, this is yet another shooting in a long recent history in America, and the question of gun control will no doubt resurface. Let's talk now to John Lott, who's author of More Guns, Less Crime. He joins me now via Skype. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us there in Philadelphia. We appreciate your time. We heard President Obama just there, I don't know if you could hear him as well, saying we're confronting yet another mass shooting in the US. What's your reaction when you hear of terrible news like this?
Well, I think everybody's reaction's the same. Your heart goes out to the people who were harmed and their families in this case. I suppose my next reaction is this is yet another attack that's occurred where guns are banned. Not only are guns not allowed to be carried around in Washington, D.C. or allowed outside somebody's home, but this was on a military base where even soldiers are not allowed to go and have guns with them when they walk around. So, unfortunately, that's been the common feature for virtually all these mass shootings. If you look at all the mass shootings in the United States since at least 1950, with just two exceptions, every single one has taken place where guns are banned.
And yet, those who are in favour of tighter gun control would say incidents like this are made so much easier because of the ease with which people are able to get hold of guns in America.
Well, Europe has almost the same rate of mass victim shootings, even taking away things like the Norway case. Two of the three worst public school shootings in the world have occurred in Germany, for example, K through 12 shootings. People don't think of adding up all the different countries that you have there, and the ones in the U.S. get a lot more coverage than the ones in Europe do. But, here's the problem, and that is, I understand the desire to go and ban guns in places to try to make people safer, but unfortunately, it actually serves as a magnet for those who wants to go and commit these crimes because they have less to worry about. Look at the shooting last summer at the movie theater, the Batman movie in Colorado. There were 7 movie theaters within a 20-minute drive of the killer's apartment. Only one movie theater posted signs banning people being able to have permanent concealed handguns. The killer didn't go to the movie theater that was closest to his home. He didn't go to the movie theater that had by far the largest auditoriums in the state of Colorado and advertised that proudly. Instead, he went to the single one that made it so that victims weren't able to defend themselves. And I think the simplest way to think about that is if you're a criminal and or a killer or a terrorist, and you're thinking of attacking somebody, let's say in their home, you had one home that has a sign out in front of it that says this home is a gun-free zone, and another one where you don't have a sign. Which home are you going to go into to go and do the attack?
There are obviously very few facts at the moment about this particular incident. There are reports, and we can't confirm those reports. One of the suggestions has been, though, that a weapon, the AR-15 assault rifle, may have been used, and I do stress that we can't confirm that. But give me an idea of what that weapon is like, and how easy would it be for an ordinary individual to just walk into a store and buy a gun like that?
Well, any type of gun, you have to have a criminal background check. The thing is, the vast majority of guns that are owned in the United States are semi-automatic guns. That means one pull of the trigger, one bullet comes out. The AR-15 looks like a military weapon, but it's not a machine gun. Machine gun is, you pull the trigger, you have multiple bullets come out from one pull of the trigger. Just some people like to have guns that look on the outside like a military weapon. But these are civilian versions of these guns. No military around the world uses a gun like this. They use the true military version of these guns. And so, the problem problem is, do you go and ban guns based upon how they look, or do you go and ban guns based on how they operate? The vast majority of guns that are used in hunting are semi-automatic rifles. So you go and you ban one based on how it looks. Somebody, if they wanted to go and commit a crime, could go and get a gun that functions exactly identical, fires the same bullets with the same rapidity, doing the exact same damage.
Okay. John Lott, author of More Guns, Less Crime. Thank you for your views here on Sky News.
Thank you very much.
Well, Sky News for iPad has all the latest developments in a live blog on this incident, and you'll also see a gallery of images showing how the story has unfolded so far. If you're a Sky customer, that app is free to access. You just have to sign in with your Sky ID. You're watching Sky News. Coming up in 3 minutes' time, the UN confirms that chemical weapons were used last month.